right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all inside High and Tight, the flagship show, part of the IA Baseball Network. And hey, what a fun time this is as we get to once again talk about baseball all across the great state of Iowa, from the high school ranks to the professional level. Again, always with an Iowa twist. And our great show brought to you in part by the great folks at Victory Mounds. For portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services, trusted to use by both coaches and players alike. Make sure to check it out. They are journeymen in the industry. They know what's worked and what hasn't worked and what could work for you. And that includes the playability of your field, which for coaches, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. So check that out today at victorymounds.com. Tell them Andrew at IA Baseball sent you. Of course, also our great show brought to you in part by Hitting Approach, the cost-effective app that can help you with your time. That's right. No need to put data into a spreadsheet long into the night. Post-game reports, charts, graphs, and even questionnaires right for you as soon as the game is done for you and your players. Check it out today. Coach Casey Bryant of Western Dubuque, the reigning 3A champ Bobcats, they use it, and you can use it too to help enhance your scouting and more. So check it out today at hittingapproach.com. Of course, as we go through, if there's anything you like, want to hear more, give us a shout out. Like, subscribe, more. Give us some love on Rockfin here, and of course, wherever you can catch IA Baseball. Hey, we got a fun show in store for you today. And I mean really fun. You know, in fact, maybe beyond the normal fun that we have. Of course, we recently, over this past summer, witnessed the great spectacle that is banana ball, right? Banana balls. The Savannah Bananas came to Des Moines here this summer and put on a show like none other. They have been taking the baseball world by storm as one of the, if not the most entertaining form of the game that we have seen in quite some time. And we have gotten the chance, and we are blessed to have the chance, I should say, to get in contact with one of the guys who helps make it great, and the guy who has been just a baseball guru, you know, a guy that knows it through and through. That's Bill Lee. Bill is Spaceman Lee. We're going to get him on here in just a bit to talk about his journey to Banana Ball, and what his journey has been like in baseball. So, I mean, really, Bill Lee is an absolute great person in the game of baseball, and we can't wait to get to him. First and foremost, though, I got to go ahead and bring in my partner in crime for today, and a co-host, a guy that we've had on the show and now gets to ask some questions with me. That's the one and only Klayton Bolkema, as he joins me now. And Klayton, again, I can't thank you enough as well for jumping on here, because, you know, I always love to talk with guys like Bill, with guys who know the game as well. Obviously, you know the game, and you play in the game at a high level currently right now. So, again, just appreciate you coming along for me.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, and I'm excited to ask some questions. So let's get to it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Of course, you yourself, man, you're coming off. I mean, you're getting back to full health. How's it going now with getting back to full health, getting in there? I know I see you on Twitter doing a lot of great things, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just got back. For those who don't know, fully recovered. Took about 4 or 5 months. That was a pretty short turnaround for me, and I'm just starting to get back to sprinting a lot, and just trying to get into the right mindset and the right body,
Yep.
and I'm just getting ready for the Power Showcase also, and just trying to stay focused for that and not be distracted.
Oh man, yeah, I know, and hopefully we're not distracting you too much here, man. This is as we talk. I think this is going to be a really fun conversation here. So again, I appreciate you coming along. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, and I mean only, Klayton Bolkema joining us here. So, Klayton, I got to ask you as well, how much have you enjoyed Banana Ball? Have you seen much of it? Because I got the chance to watch it on ESPN Plus a little bit, and I got to say, I was so jealous I didn't get tickets to it last year, and I hope I get tickets to it this year. It is an amazing spectacle.
Yeah. Um, I have not watched a game. I have, or my dad has friends that live down in Savannah, Georgia, and they were telling us the first time about the Savannah Bananas, and we're like, "What in the world is this?" And we looked into it more, and soon we found out that every single ticket that they had for home games was sold out. And my dad's like, "This is pretty legit, I guess." And I seen videos this year of the Savannah Banana guys doing backflips and catching baseball, or walking up to the plate with the bat that's on fire and hitting balls, or anything like that, or their TikTok dance moves that they do. I think that's like just the biggest thing I see is the Savannah Bananas make baseball kind of fun. Or actually, not kind of. They make it fun.
Yeah,
Um, Sometimes like people tell me, "Oh, baseball is boring. Oh, why do you play that sport? It's so boring." And the Savannah Bananas are making people who don't like baseball fall in love with baseball,
yeah.
just because it's really fun. So, and I'm
I lo-
hoping to catch them one of these days in person. So,
Oh, I can't wait to as well. The thing that we get though now is a chance to catch up with a guy who's been involved with it and is just a real. I mean, you talk about putting fun into the game. Bill Lee has done that, and hey, we are blessed once again to get the chance to have Bill Lee join us as he does right now via the Insights.com hotline. And as we do say, we say hi to Bill. And Bill, thanks again for joining us, man. This is a really big treat for us. Thanks for giving us your time.
Well, thank you. The Craftsbury Library has a small corner where I'm allowed to throw tantrums and do radio shows.
Well, I love that, Bill. Everyone needs that, don't they? Everyone needs a little space where they can, take their frustrations out.
mhm.
Yes, I was at USC. I used to stay in the stacks in the library and hide out and eat my dinner. And I got acquainted with a lot of literature, and I played baseball. Was my life. But I think I'm probably one of the more educated ball players that has come around and can still write cursive. And like Brooks Robinson taught me how to sign my name and do it properly, and taught me how to do card shows. And I think I learned from the best.
There you go. There you go. We gotta love that, and we're hearing from the best here with you, Bill. And I gotta say, first and foremost, the Savannah Bananas. We talked about it there. It has been something that it's unlike we've seen a lot, and it's kind of like some people relate it to maybe the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, but beyond that. First off, and how do you encapsulate or define what banana ball is?
It is fan first, fan friendly. They're involved in the whole operation. Jesse Cole does it that way, and it's the right premise. It's just he's going to have a hard time because everybody loves it, and the supply and demand. You can't get tickets. No one can get tickets. Everybody
Mhm.
I've talked to can't get into Boston. I mean, that's 37,000 seats are already spoken for June 8th next year. You can't. The only way to get into Savannah is to meet me between the offices and the dog park. And I know the back way through the dog park, and I can get you into left field. So if you're having trouble, just contact me and I can sneak you into any ballpark.
I absolutely love that. You know what? This is gonna be a good relationship. I can find my way into Fenway. I like that. I like that. Well, Bill, also take us through here how you came into contact. We'll get into the great history that you have had in the game, but take us through how did you get involved with this, and what I guess is your role within all of this, or what is your position, I should say.
I don't know what my position is. All I know is they called me on a winter day. I was freezing my ass off up in Vermont, and they said, "We want you to try out for the Savannah Bananas." I go, "Who the hell are the Savannah Bananas?" Never heard of them. And Jesse explains to me, and I go, I don't try out, but if you fly me down, put me up in a nice hotel for a couple of days with a hot tub, I'll come out and watch your operation. So I come out to the field. There's 50 people for pitchers, 50 for hitters, and they're going to pick two teams. And I go, "What's the object?" And they go, "Well, Bill, you got to get 3 outs as fast as possible." So I'm the number two pitcher, and in 2 minutes and 4 seconds, I got 3 outs, and I was the second fastest pitcher, and I won the job fair and square. And that is how I became a banana.
Wow. And that is absolutely amazing. Of course, Bill, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the one. You were at one point one of the oldest to win a professional game. So I think it's really impressive that you're able to do that. But to do it in the speed at which you did it, is there a certain sauce, juice? I know the Tasmanian Devil, Bugs Bunny, and Space Jam tried to get that secret sauce, but is there a secret sauce we're missing here?
Yes, it's pitch to contact. That's it.
I love that. I love that. Hey, we won't give that out too loud here. We'll make sure to keep it between us.
Yeah, I'm the Calvage Coolidge of pitching coaches.
Yeah, I'll take that any day, Bill. I'll take that any day. Give me that. Oh man. But again, ladies
It's
and gentlemen,
easy. It's easy. It's my life. I've always people run up to the plate to hit against me. They've spent their whole career going up there and not being afraid of me. And the key is not to be afraid of them. And you have 8 players or 7 players behind you and the catcher. And the object is to make the ball be hit to those guys with the little gloves. And you're out of there in an hour and 57 minutes. Every time I pitched against Jim Cott, our games were under 2 hours.
wow. And isn't that something? In today's world, we're thinking, man, a 2 hour, 30-minute game is short.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's 30 minutes longer than a banana game.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I love the fact that we get to keep it in. Good timing is everything. I absolutely love that.
Well, no, I believe in upsetting timing.
There
That's
you
my
go.
I don't believe in good timing. Hitters believe in good timing, and my job is to upset that timing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I need that on a shirt, Bill. I need to get that on a shirt. I upset. I mean, I like
Baseballissimo follows me around. The company follows me around and steals all my quotes, and they make T-shirts out of it.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. That is amazing. Well, of course, Klayton here as well. Klayton, hey, I think that this is one thing I would always love. Of course, I think every one of us would love to walk around with someone giving taking our quotes. But of course, Bill, you've had some really good ones. Klayton, any thoughts here as we continue on?
I don't have any right now.
Yeah,
I do have some questions to ask, but
go ahead.
I have one for Klayton. I got a question for Klayton. What did he blow
yes,
out?
sir.
What did you blow out? A knee?
Oh no, I blew out my Achilles playing baseball this past summer.
No way. How old are you?
Yeah, I am 18 or 17, so to be 18 on November
No
19.
way.
Yeah.
Were your gastrocnemius seized on you, or you just landed improperly? That's old
I
people blow out their Achilles, not young people.
yeah, I was rounding first base and it just popped. So um yeah, I don't
Wow.
know if it's dehydration or just not enough stretching. So
Well, too much stretching. Yeah,
could
you
Yeah,
got
be.
a fine line between overstretching and doing it the right way. And I learned through Gus Hoffling was my trainer with the Philadelphia Phillies, and he taught me the esoteric way of the Chinese way of stretching. So I do Tai Chi.
Mm,
I'm a keto guy, and I'm still playing at 77.
yeah.
yeah. Absolutely love that. That is really cool. The fact that we get that longevity. And so, of course, one thing, Bill, to note too is that it's been, again, roughly 4 months and Klayton is back at it. He's hitting bombs at Lone Depot Park in Miami. He is doing that. He's come up from a great upbringing, man, and he's kind of an inspiration to a lot of people the fact that what he's able to do at this point, which is still at such a young age, recover quick, get out there, and he's got a good mindset about him.
Well, be careful, be smooth, and just become Willie Mays.
Yeah,
Willie Mays was the
that's
greatest
gonna
ball
be
player of all time, greatest base
that's
runner
gonna
of all
be a
time,
very
greatest hitter of
that's gonna
all time, greatest fielder of all time.
Yeah, there you go.
He was
Klayton?
it's gonna be a very high target.
Rickwood Stadium at Birmingham, Alabama. Him and his father, Willie Mays Sr., Willie Mays Jr.
Oh,
They all
God,
played.
love that. Well, Bill, as we continue along, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this on the Insolites.com hotline. Check them out today at Insolites.com. If you have electric fence, go there. It's pick, place, and watch at work time. So check it out at Insolites.com. Klayton, go ahead. Let's kick off the round of questioning here as we try and pepper Bill, the Spaceman Lee, with some questions. Klayton, go ahead. Let's start off our questions here with you.
Yeah, Coach, I was just had two things in my mind. One is how crazy is it that you guys have at that if a fan catches a ball in foul territory, that is an out. Explain that to us.
Well, that's called bring your glove and pay attention. Watch the ball game. That's the whole point. And everybody wants to have something and a souvenir, and it's the best way to get a souvenir. Plus, they bring you on the field, they serenade you, and it's one of the prime reasons people go to banana ball games. They become participatory, and that's good.
Bill, with that as well, the participation, big, huge, key. I mean, this is one thing where whether they play the party animals, and again, the party animals kind of do that same thing too. I've seen guys come out with like Klayton said, bats of fire, and then on stilts. Bill Leroy behind the plate, the catcher. I swear he's the Tasmanian devil with how many times he spins around and still gets the ball to second. What's the craziest thing you've been a part of with banana ball and that you've done or you've seen?
It's all different. It's all crazy. It's all spontaneous. And we're not like the Harlem Globetrotters or at all. The party animals won 8 straight games at the end of the season to win the pennant from the Bananas. The Bananas were second place.
Oh.
It's not where the Generals come up and beat the Harlem Globetrotters. They very seldom beat them. So it's real baseball encapsulated within an opera. It's Brishnikov, the choreography, Zach, the guy who runs the show, he uses Rachmaninoff. He uses all the great Bocelli. He listens to me, and I fit in really well in their mindset because I'm kind of a Renaissance ball player, and that's a Renaissance league. I'll tell you, the thing about it is that I never liked about banana ball was that I never liked about baseball was over celebratory things. That was something that was frowned upon. You were not allowed to show emotion. And down here, it's all emotion. And, I've had to learn that the things that I grew up on, I have to get rid of, except when you hit a home run against me and you hit a piñata and then you throw the candy in the stands, I'm going to drill the next hitter. That's old time baseball, but that's part of the show. And they like having the old guy in there that has the old rules. So I fit in with them really as a counterpoint, and they love it.
Oh my gosh. And I think with banana ball and the craziness that it brings, again, there's so much to like. I swear, Bill, it hits every age of fan that you could have. You talk about the old school rules, but I mean, it seems like it hits everybody. And in today's day and age where you get the conversations about, man, why is the average age of the MLB game slipping up and up and up? I think banana ball brings that really refreshing taste to go, hey, this is the way, like, baseball is fun. And I think it brings back that fun to a little bit more here.
It is remarkable. It brings more women in because of the party animals I've never seen. And everybody I know wants to date our right fielder for the Bananas. The guy that comes out and does the weigh-in all the time. I'm trying to think of his name right now. I lost it. But he is they're all good-looking kids, and it's bringing in younger people that will love the game and will eventually grow to love Major League Baseball too, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely got to love that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bill Lee here with Banana Ball, and of course more at Klayton. Let's as I kind of get set and ready. I think there's again so much to like about this. But Klayton, you got another question here for us?
Yeah, Coach, I want to know. I see all these players do dance moves and all that. Have you done those yet?
Yeah, I was the first person to bring rap into the clubhouse with George Clinton and the Funkadelics in Parliament back in the 70s. So I was, as John Milner said, I'm the only white guy allowed on the back of the bus. And I'm telling the Hammer that I'm from LA. I have a lot of melanin, and I'm pretty much in tan on Malibu. So, it's I'm kind of I guess the conduit between old baseball and new baseball, and that's why they're using me. And I have Rodney Scott, still my best friend with the Indianapolis. He's from there. He was with the Expos and Cromartie and Andre Dawson and Raines and all the guys that when I got traded to Montreal, they traded me in the middle of the night for a bag of cement, and I stayed in Montreal. I married 2 Canadians, and I live 10 miles from the border. I cross the border all the time. My dentist is there. My orthopedic surgeon's there who fixes me up all the time. Larry Coughlin, and all my medicine comes out of Montreal.
Gotta love that. And in today's day, when there's been talk about bringing it back to Montreal, getting a team there,
yes.
What's first off? What are your thoughts about that potential? And what was it like for you to play for Montreal and look back at it?
I don't see how you can give the game away to the first expansion team to Canada and then take it away from them. Bud Selig was really wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
It was Claude Brochu made a mistake and spent the expense money and stuff, but you cannot punish a whole province and a whole country from the mistakes of one man. And the Expos should be there and not the Washington Nationals, because the Washington Nationals used to be the Washington Senators, and they had a say: first in war, first in peace, last in the American League East. And so that's why you got to bring back the Expos, and you got to bring them back to Montreal.
Absolutely love that. I think I right with you, Bill. How many times do we look back and say, when are we going to do this? I thought it was kind of interesting that they were going to try and do a split between Tampa and Montreal. That was kind of that was a little odd for me to think about, but I'm with you. I like it. I think if we could get it back there, let's do it. Montreal and I hear it's a great place, Bill. I hear it's a great place to live and work.
It's unbelievable. You can't believe how cosmopolitan and how is. Why do you think the Brooklyn Dodgers had their AAA team up there? Because it was acceptable to black ball players, and they were the first ones through Branch Rickey to do that. And they played at Delormier Field, and then the other ones played in Nashua, New Hampshire, which has a large French percentage of the population. Jack Kerouac's from down that way, and all the French, the Casse Populaire, they're up and down New England and all these mill cities. So that was baseball. Baseball was in the working class place. Now there's so few people and so few games in relationship to the population. That's why it's such an elitist game now. It's hard to get in there. It used to be D leagues where you could play everywhere. You could come up. Robin Roberts started in Montpelier out of Michigan State, and all the great ones started in A ball, D ball, and all the way down. Now there are very few A teams, and there's a lot of collegiate leagues, though. They're giving kids the opportunity to play, But banana ball is different. We're different because we change the dynamics of the game and work at a pace that is, because human people nowadays, they have no attention span. They can't handle everything. We have more ticks. We have more anal retentiveness, which really hurts and shows up in baseball. We have a lot of psychological problems in this country, and we've got to get over them. And we just have to start. Basically, California started right. They're introducing cursive back into the language, where people are going to have to actually write so they have a signature. Kids today can't even form out a mortgage because they can't sign their name. We have more illiteracy in our country than we've had before, and that is our problem. We have to do it through education, and banana ball is going to be right there with them and pushing that. I'm going to push education down their throats, even if they don't want it.
Hey, education is big here. We are big on that, and certainly need to. Hey, Klayton, any other questions here?
Yeah, Coach, walk us through like what a practice day would be at banana ball.
Wow.
Loaded.
It's kind of like kindergarten. We all lay down, take a nap. We have our lunch. Then we come out and we roll around on the field like little puppies. And then we go over and we go through our choreography and what we're going to do. And we lay on the grass and form questions. And then they bring out the ground crew and we take batting practice. And then they go in and eat a little more, take another nap. It's a long process. And then we go out and greet the fans. We greet the high-paying fans. Then we greet the low-paying fans. We walk them in. And Jesse Cole has that stick, and he's just like, we got trouble right here in River City. And that trouble starts with T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. He's like the music man. He is down there. He is a barker. He's more like P.T. Barnum. It's more P.T. Barnum than anything else. It's more like the circus. But it is a long day for guys that are 76 like me. I can only take so many naps. And, when you're 77, you're going to take a nap and not wake up.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon here, Bill.
I am a repeat offender. I've been down 3 times. You know that I collapsed in Savannah. I collapsed in Indianapolis. And I collapsed. They paid me $2,000 in Worcester not to throw out the first pitch.
Hey, gotta get it any way you can, huh?
Well, I don't, I get excited. Like I'm getting excited right now, and I got to calm back down. But I am passionate for the game of baseball. My greatest game was in Ruthven, Iowa a year ago. After dying, I went out and played banana ball with the high school team. We divided them in 2 teams. We played 7 innings, the freshmen and sophomores versus the juniors and seniors. It was a 4-2 game. We had 21 outs on each side. That's 42 outs in 57 minutes.
That just doesn't happen anywhere else, Bill.
Only in Ruthven. But I did it again in Heartline, Washington on Route 2 with my grandsons in front of 61 people. And half of them were on the team. And we do it. And banana ball is a great way to encourage people how to hustle, and run on and off the field. That's why it's going to be instrumental. My son, Andy Lee, is the #1 softball coach in America. He's at Northwest Florida State, called the Raiders. They're black and red, and they're exactly the same font as what you have in Western Iowa. The same. They're the Raiders. They're black and red.
Yeah.
They're an NAIA team, and I go figure. But you look up Andy Lee, he's the greatest coach, and he's my son. And it's not because he's my son. He's won 7 national championships in women's fast pitch softball. That boy can spot talent from a moving train.
And there's not enough of those around here, Bill. Not enough. That is for sure. As we continue on here, again, I think the education of the game. I love the point about that, highlighting not just the fun of it, the education of it. Of course, you've come up through your education well with USC. I believe with Coach Rod
Dado,
Dado, and I
Deadaux. Yeah, he's from Marseille, France. He's a Frenchman.
yeah,
Another one.
and of course that was back when back when USC was. I mean, they're heavy hitters, man. They're
Dominant. We
dominant.
won it in 68, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, all with Freddie Lynn. Dave Kingman. We were good. We were a great thing. I played with Seaver. Seaver never won it. I won it. Brent Strom was on my team. He was the pitching coach in the World Series.
Yeah, and that is something I love the college game too. And Klayton will find this out here too, as he's headed to Texas, and he'll be with the Longhorns before too long. But the game there, that's also something special. I love the college game, and I love to see it, Bill. And I want to get your thoughts on the rise of the college game as we've seen it now with TD Ameritrade, or now Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. It seems like that's finally getting its due of recognition more than it ever has in the past.
Yeah, I played in Omaha in '68 and won 2 ball games. I won 2 against Cal State to get us there, back-to-back days. And 4 games I won in 15 days, and we were national champs. So, yeah, I loved it. I mean, Rosenblatt Stadium, that whole – to go out there. But I played in Wichita. I played in the championship game in Wichita in the NAI, or that other ABC baseball tournament. I've pitched a lot of big games in my life. I pitched Game 7 of the World Series in '75. I shouldn't have. We should have won Game 2. And then when Fisk hit the home run in the 12th inning, we would have been world champs. But it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Well, man, certainly a great time when you talk about the major league level, the Red Sox, and of course we mentioned Montreal as well. I also got to ask here, as I just kind of look through my notes, of course, 94 wins with the Red Sox. I'm not going to ask you to go through all of them, but there's got to be really some memorable ones like you've already mentioned here. I bet there's more than we can fit in this.
Well, I was drafted in the 14th round. I was not well respected, even though I was 38-8 at USC. I did everything. No scouts liked me except Tommy Lasorda, and everybody thought they could hit me. Every hitting coach, everybody goes, "I'll knock that guy's jock off," But the funny thing is, I won more games. I've never played on a team that wasn't above 500. That's the thing I'm best at.
Wow.
And the fact is, with the Bananas, when I was not allowed to pitch for them anymore, I went in to the Party Animals dugout and helped coach them. And guess what? I said, "What's the rule, Bill?" I said, "Don't beat yourself. Make the other team beat you."
Yes.
And that is the words I live by as a coach, and that's what I take in. And I have a winning record everywhere I went. I'm the only person in pro ball that has earned money on the bump in 7 decades. Waterloo, Iowa Hawks, 1968. You can look it up.
Wow, love that. Again, oh man, that's a good name, by the way, Waterloo Hawks, and I love them. First off, as we navigate down this too, the fact that the resilience obviously plays a big factor here, Bill. You're still going today. You're resilient. You're strong, and I think a lot of kids can really learn from that and take from that. But one of the things I also found very interesting is that you've also co-authored a couple books, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yes.
Going back to that, I think to be the holistic person, you need to be able to not only play the game but think about the game. And it seems as though you have a good cerebral mindset for the game. And so, what was it like to co-author some of those books, and again, and about the game you love and the passion that you have for it?
I've written books with 3 different men, and 4 won it now. And a guy's doing a documentary on me, a football documentary, and he switched over to me because he thinks I'm the answer. And I go, "Well, then what's the question?"
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, David Suzuki. Everybody has to read that. Everybody has to read Operating Manual for Spaceship Earth with R. Buckminster Fuller. And then you have to read Limits to Growth by the Meadows that was in 1972 that predicted global warming. All these things I learned in the 60s, but no one ever listens to me because a prophet in his own time is not well respected.
Truer words were never said, Bill. Truer words were never said.
No.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, as we're on the Inslice.com hotline with Klayton Bolkema and, of course, the one and only Bill Spaceman Lee. Klayton, I've asked quite an array of questions. Any other questions we got here? Because, I mean, Banana Ball could take us forever. We could do Banana Ball for days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got one more question. Coach, I seen your schedule release for this year. How excited are you to be playing in the big league stadiums compared to what you've been playing in?
I want to play in Evansville, Indiana, in the old ballpark where they filmed League of Their Own with the women because my aunt taught me how to play. I do not care for big ballparks. I want to play in the old ballparks where the Durham Bulls played. We played there,
Mm,
but we didn't. We actually played in the new stadium, and I went and watched an American Legion game between two city teams in the old ballpark, and I had more fun than I had in the big ballpark. And I do not believe, I believe that's the thing I like most. I love intimacy. I love rock where the Rockford Peaches played on Route 2. It was actually Route 20. Fenway Park's on Route 20. The Basketball Hall of Fame's on Route 20. The founder of the
mm,
Mormon religion is on Route 20. And Yellowstone's on Route 20. You know, everything happens on 420. You know, I always said that. It's like it works for me, it'll work for you, you know. And I'm the guy who was banished for baseball. I was bad for baseball. My first book was The Wrong Stuff. That's why I titled it that, because it's a parody on The Right Stuff, you know, by Thomas Wolfe, you know,
mm.
about the space program. So I basically everything I write is a parody, and it usually goes over everybody's head, but eventually my stuff will be read like Mark Twain, and I appreciate that because he was the best, you know. And I am a court jester, and I can tell the king he's an idiot and still keep my head, and that is the key to life.
Amen, Bill. Amen to that. I absolutely love that. Gosh, and this is again, this conversation has been one of the more entertaining and fun conversations, and I think when you get down to it, Bill, the conversations it should be fun. It should be entertaining, right? We should have this kind of talk.
You take this show and you run it during the caucus of Iowa, and I'll get nominated for the Republican Party, probably the Democratic Party too. And then I can be president, and we won't have to have a party.
Hey, I love that. We have our plan, ladies and gentlemen. You've
This is
heard
a
it here.
plan, man with a plan. Exactly.
Bill Lee
Hey,
is the man with the plan, and he is
that's
gonna.
right.
Oh, Bill, you will be the one to set history there, and I can't wait for it. And Klayton, you and I, we've been a part of this, so we're in cahoots
Mhm.
with it. We
Let's
got it.
save the planet. We want to save the planet Earth, you know? We've
Yes.
got to save all the species. And the humans are only one species on this planet. If we're responsible for the decline of any species, then we're culpable of that. And I'll tell you, I avoid caterpillars when I'm driving in the fall. I have saved more bugs' lives this year.
That's good. That's good. I'm sure that the movie The Bug's Life would love to hail mark this point right now. Love that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bill Lee with us here as we start to wind things down. But I almost don't want to wind things down, but I know we all have to get to where we need to go. But first up, one of the things that I saw, and Bill, I always at some point, you know, I want someone to make a movie out of me or a movie of my life. I mean, it's not much. It'd be kind of really cool to see who they might get. But I saw and on sabermetrics.com that mentioned of Woody Harrelson owning the rights to your story. Is there truth behind that? And what is the kind of the overall story behind that?
He does own the rights, but Josh Duhamel played me in the movie, so it's already been out. Spaceman's out as a full
Yeah.
length movie, but it's rated R. It's very hard to watch. It's very depressing for me because I get released and divorced in the same frame almost, and it was not that fictional. I mean, factual. It was very difficult for me to watch, and that's not my life. It's not 1 year in Montreal at the end of my career. But I mean, listen to this. I get released in 82.
Uh-huh.
In 81, look up my record for batting and pitching in the Montreal Expo organization. And I got released 6 games into the season with an ERA of 4.50. I had 1 walk and 8 strikeouts in 12 innings, and I got released. But the year before, I led the team in batting and an ERA, lowest ERA, and got released. So you're looking at a guy that they did not want in the game because they do not believe I'm the right stuff, but they're the wrong stuff. I'm the right stuff. And I'm good for kids. Kids, dogs, and old people love me. So that's good.
Hey, if we can hit the whole animal kingdom, that's what we care about. That's what we care about right
Thank you.
there. Well, again, Bill Lee has done a lot of it. He's been our guest here, and man, of course, a lot of thanks, Bill, because for me and Klayton, truly, the fact that we get to sit here and talk. You've had so much knowledge of the game, so much. You're so smart within the game, and of course, not only that, but thanks for your time serving our country. I really want to give a shout out to just how you've really run your life, man. I think it's been really cool. Banana Ball is extremely amazing, and it just, like you said, it really hits a lot of good things for us. And so, not only thank you for being here today, but thanks for bringing us to help to bring us Banana Ball. Thanks for helping us to do all of this and to just make the game fun, and for what you do for everybody in Ruthven, for all the times you've had there, Bill. I mean, it really speaks volumes to where we get to have this conversation and talk about the impacts that you've had across the entire country.
Well, thank you. Iowa's right in the middle, and you just don't want to throw the ball down the middle. You just want to throw it on the edge of Minnesota.
I love it.
I pitched to contact, but not the good contact.
There you
Okay?
go.
You play 17 inches wide, and it's as tall as your knees to the shoulder, but it can go on forever in depth and time. So learn to change speeds and have confidence in it. That's all you need to know to pitch in the big leagues.
There you go. The roadmap is there. Let's all do it from future President Bill Lee here. So again, love it. Love it. And hey, Bill, again, thanks for joining us here today. I know that as we go along, and I'm sure we'll look back and think, a lot of this was spot on. And
Well,
again,
it sure is. Bob Prodexter brought me in. I met him in the Soviet Union, not in Russia. I met him in the Soviet Union, and I beat the Russian national team on a Thursday and then shut them again out on a Saturday. I went 7, I went 9 in 3 days. Won 2 ball games. They couldn't hit water if they fell into the Moscow River. And the wall came down 2 months later. It wasn't Ronald Reagan. It was Bill Lee that brought down the wall.
Yeah, that's a mic drop moment right there. Bill Lee, everybody. Woo! That is
You put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt. Oh my
Put that on
gosh.
a t-shirt, boys.
Oh my goodness, Bill.
Thanks for having me. I had a wonderful time. Now I'm going to go back and pack the car and head to Florida and play ball.
There you go. Hey, Bill, enjoy it, man. Thanks for your time here. And yeah, get to some warmer weather. It's kind of cold up here.
Hey, it's called fall. Hey, the Bucks are in the rut. Get out there on a blind.
Perfect. Again, thanks, Bill, and we'll talk to you here. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you again.
Okay, next time. See you later, boys. Bye-bye.
See you later. Hey, Wow. Klayton, I got to say, man, that was perhaps one of the more entertaining interviews that I've done in quite some
Mm.
time here. And I got to
Yeah.
say, too, kudos to the questions, man. I think you might. Now, this is after your 20 years in the majors. You know, you could go get into some radio broadcasting there. You got some good chops.
Well, well, that's what I plan to do in college is do sports announcing and sport broadcasting. So
Oh man, you are gonna absolutely nail it. Hey, it was great to have you on here, man, today because uh, how you don't get to speak to guys like Bill Lee that often. Just
mm,
because they're so busy. Bill's got, like he said, he's going to Florida. He's going all over the place. He's still pitching
yeah.
and striking out 20-year-olds, which is
Hmm.
something crazy. But I do. I one thing I've always appreciated is having someone there who can also ask the questions like that. You know the game. You know the game so well, dude, and it really was a great time. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on today. I'm really glad you asked me.
Hey, anytime, man. I will definitely have you back on any single time that you're willing to, man. Whether it's in Texas, which by the way, I'm when you get to Texas, count me in for a couple tickets there, man. I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
see a number of times because it's darn cold here. I don't want to be
Hmm.
here too much longer.
Yep.
But Klayton, appreciate it, man. Thanks for your time.
Yep. Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up here for right now. Hey, there's certainly more coming up, and always don't forget to check out the great folks at RDA Financial. They help bring us our prospect planner every week, and that's coming up. It is certainly something that you want to behold, and it's really helpful. Chad Erickson, a guy, again, check Chad Erickson out and the rest at RDA Financial because I don't know who knows money better than them. And they know more than that. They know the ins and outs. They've been there, do that every single day. And they're people ingrained in your community. Chad, again, helps us out with the prospect planner. He's ingrained there in the Sioux City area. He goes there. He knows coaches. He knows players. He just knows the scene, right? And he's been there. So we can't thank him enough for that. Also, our Insights.com hotline, brought to you again by Insights.com. The LED insulated flashing light, ladies and gentlemen, that you can pick, place, and watch on almost any post. Any post. Because it goes with the pulse of the fence. If there's no pulse, there's nothing there. There's no light. So no light, no pulse, no pulse. Now you know where your problem is. So make sure to check them out today at Insights.com. Hey, we're going to wrap things up for this go round, this interview. Hey, thanks again. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we shall see you later.